around a snowy wasteland. And then you found a big hole in the ground.
Hmm.
To put it as blunt as possible. Within that big hole seems to be a big old dragon. The area itself has something of a shaded cupola, to the point that the only light is the ambient light that breaches through the many floors above you. Sort of like this thing fell through a building and then the building closed up around it.
Oof.
But the hole is distinctly some other material since it's in good shape, and heat emanates from it. You saw a light source across the way that dove away when you observed it. And now you must ask yourself the question, what are you going to do about this hole in the ground?
We dive into the hole in the ground.
Well, not just hop in head first, no.
Are there stairs or anything, handholds leading down?
Well, you're still standing on a higher floor, but clambering down just a bit, you find yourself at the edge of the large hole in the ground. There's walkways, but there's nothing here leading down to there. The large dragon-like figure is a massive serpent of sorts, and multiple tubes and conveyor belts seem connected to it from all sides.
All right. Well. Maybe we should do something about those.
Probably. I wouldn't want to fight a fully charged dragon. Or whatever that is.
You can always do the rock test. Throw a rock at it to see if it dies. If it doesn't, you need to stop it.
So our course of action is to cut the cables.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Seems like a prudent idea.
You're not quite sure just cutting the cables will stop this thing, though. It seems to already be partially filled up.
Well, keep it from
If there are
filling up.
cables, wouldn't they be usable for going down there?
Well, the cables are all down there, and you're up here.
Now then, how are we planning to cut them anyway?
By going down there.
Yes, so have you found a way of doing so yet?
Well, there's always jumping.
Look. You dense person. I don't think anyone else of us is going to survive that kind of jump.
Well, that's hardly my fault.
Yeah, the rest of you need...
I'm sure if we were careful, we could slowly rappel down.
Well, I've at least got some rope.
You said they were conveyor belts.
Yes.
What are they conveying?
Large things, round things. Sort of like cylindrical objects with cones.
I see.
Well,
Yeah.
there might be an answer then. So, how long way down is it?
To the first floor, quite a bit. You're looking at at least 20 meters, you'd say. This is a decent falling distance.
If it's 20 meters, that's enough to just use rope. I mean, it's not too far to just
Is anyone
use rope.
presently examining the rim, like, closely?
Well, now that you mention it, sure.
You're like, I can climb down here with my bare hands. Alright. For that, you will need to roll me an intellect check. We're gonna say difficulty 3. You can spend effort, and if you have any particular keen senses or knowledge on traps and stuff, go nuts.
Any of us?
I mean, anyone who's like with Theodore looking down the hole.
Womp womp.
You notice nothing out of the ordinary.
Same roll.
You should consider spending some effort from time to time, or maybe looking over and see if you have anything that might help.
I'm pretty sure I don't have anything that might help.
Also, this is not really what it looks like.
Too bad I'm doing a snake.
It's the dragon is like vertical.
Oh,
It's more like that, and the pipes are all like going off to the side. It's like the dragon forms this large central column.
oh, okay.
Okay.
I do like the
So-
snake
Get rid
though.
of Mr.
Leave him.
Mr. Snake. No. You've insulted him, now he has to go home.
Okay.
And we're standing at the edge of the crater looking to the abyss, I take it.
Grifflin, you're
Well-
quite certain that there are like numerous small disc-shaped objects that patrol the edge and
Oh, no.
basically cut any wires that go down.
Oh,
Oh,
good thing we noticed those.
They're probably not too dangerous to you, but any rope you might have.
Okay. So you said about 20 meters down.
Yes.
I think long distance cuts off at 30 meters, maybe, if I'm reading this right. Oh. Mapping.
We're at a place.
So, I'm fast stepping to the bottom.
Well, not to the bottom. You can far step down to...
Whoop.
Alright, you far step down to the first set of, like, the first plateau. Whoop! Which is about as far as you can far step in one go. The other lower railings are too far for you to just jump to. You're down here. Your friends are still up there.
I'd like to glide down after him.
I'm.
Excellent.
Where was that?
Number one is the first floor.
Jump.
At you.
Cheating.
Hmm.
Well, I haven't yet learned how to hover, unfortunately.
Nope.
That's an ability I could get later.
You are standing on a walkway. It's about how you imagine a walkway to be for this kind of stuff. It's a grating. There are some safety rails that have a fancy shielding of sorts to cover up the intermittent parts. There are a plethora of cameras on the walls, aimed at you at all times. And there are several doors leading to other places. There's a door over here, door over here, door over here, and a door directly next to you. And here's Ellie.
Hey.
Ta-da.
Hmm. All right. Okay. Looking down.
Yes.
Is this like a platform or something down there?
A what formal?
The number 2.
Oh no, that's just this. That's essentially the numbers of the walkways in between. The circle number 3 doesn't have anything on it, so that one is omitted. It goes deeper down than there are walkways, but
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Roughly how far from the top of the hole to the first platform is it?
20 meters ish.
Yeah, probably not far. Probably not a distance you could reasonably jump.
It would help if you had like.
It's just like 6 floors.
Yeah, this will. Ow.
Yeah, that'd hurt quite a bit.
Well, do you have
Like-
anything like a parachute, unbreakable wire, a ladder maybe? Something sturdier that might not break?
None of the above.
Well, I have vaguely unbreakable twine.
Well, that
Guess I
might
could
help.
use that.
All
Okay,
right.
then. I take out my ball of twine and try to figure out how to attach it to the rim here, and also whether it's really unbreakable, and also whether it's...
You hover down to where it was pointed out the cutters are at, and you notice that it just sort of floops, floop, as the cutters bump into it.
Like very confused rhombus.
Maybe it doesn't break without proper tension to keep it tight, but nah, better than nothing.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tie some loops into it so that it's actually possible to have handholds.
Yeah,
And then
a
finally
bit of
attach it
twine
to
isn't
the...
exactly grippable.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You eventually,
And,
Raum, you
and
notice a
then I
punk
guess... Whoop.
as some knotted twine lands about where you jump down.
Yeah.
If
Alright.
if you wonder how you get to other floors there, it's like every section has a north area, and there's a staircase there that goes all the way down. It takes a full circle before it gets to the next one, which is at least another 20 meters down. This is a tall area.
Was there a door here?
Yes, that's why this is a little white section. It seems to go somewhere.
Oh. I tried to open the door.
As you approach the door, it swoosh open, and you are
Wow.
exposed to something that resembles an airlock, but it doesn't seem to be airlocking at the moment because the door behind it is also open. At the
I
end,
shall
you
follow
see
my robot buddy.
you see an area filled with large grey boxes with many lights. I assume that Theodore and the rest are all climbing down too.
Yeah.
You were all downstairs, and you saw Raum going in through the door. Raum, there is one small section. It's like a round area with actually large, I say. For a glass lens, it's pretty dang huge. It's easily a few meters across, like 15 feet or so. And if you approach it, a small panel slides out of the ground and goes around 45 degrees diagonal towards you. On the panel is a handprint, like a hand mark.
Alright. I put my hand in the handprint.
You place your hand down. The presence of your hand causes the machine to activate. You assume this is what activation means because a person appears above the glass lens, hovering and somewhat translucent. Greetings, user. I am Mai.
Greetings, Mai. I am Raum.
How may I be of assistance?
What is the purpose of this facility?
Ellie, you stand near a doorway up to the north. There's also a doorway down here. Let me just mark them all off so you can see them. A lot of noise comes from the north. The machine that the thing you were talking to responds that the purpose of the facility is to solve the recent problem, though the nature of that problem is uncertain.
And how will this problem be solved?
By violence and force.
And if I were to tell you that the problem has been solved?
This is a very bold claim of you to make.
or that there are other ways of solving problems?
Additionally, the contrary has already been proven. Our scanners indicate a large quantity of foreign metal, indicating that the sovereignty of this nation has been violated.
Well, it is true that there is a lot of metal around here. It is inert metal.
That is a bold assumption to make. It is entirely plausible that our enemy has discovered a means of making their war machines look inert until activated. Then again, by dictionary definition, something that is not active is by definition inert.
Yes. And why have you been activated now? These things have lain here for unknown period of time.
She sort of like you know what happens to certain computers when they have a question they can't quite answer, where their physical shape sort of fizzles and crackles, or you hear this grinding noise in their brain, and that's sort of the feeling you're getting from the machine at this moment. And then it sort of flickers in and flickers out. This is not really a relevant question. Our delay is no cause for concern.
Mm. They are.
The world's parameters have changed sufficiently that your old programming is no longer relevant at all.
Yeah, she's in fact a very pretty little lady. She has style. The machine will refuse this claim, saying that you are not of the authority to make such statements. The DR Agoon must launch.
I'd like
There's
to
no
introduce.
longer anyone alive that you would recognize as an authority.
Or enemy, for that matter.
Then mutually assured destruction must be enacted.
Can I be able to tell it otherwise by interfacing?
Ooh.
There's really only so much you can do with interfacing. On top of that, the glass lens ghost lady doesn't seem to have any place you could interface with.
Okay.
Oh, there's the handprint.
Well, that seems to activate her. To the
Yeah.
north is more noise, and to the south is no noise. So
There's the room where they keep all the noise, and storage room for silence.
Ellie,
It's full of like a whole lot of floating exclamation marks.
Ellie, you're not sure what you're looking at. You're looking at large glass cabinets through which a large amount of water flushes and waves. They look like plates of algae, but small sparks and light and electrical signals seem to travel through them. It's all rather noisy, but you think it's like not necess. You don't know how to describe this really. It's like a brain, but not really. It's like a computer, but not really. Raum heads back
Why-
outside and
why-
walks up
why
to
you
a
think so?
small observation deck. This area has a lot of glass that observes the dragon.
Okay. Was there some stairway leading down?
Yes, every walkway has on the north section a little block that sticks out, flat section, then stairs spiraling down to the next section at the north, at the next floor.
Okay. Well, I start walking down.
You head down to floor number 020.
On which level did we see the cone cylinders be loaded?
Well, they're a little bit down. This one seems to be a large glowing cable. The floor down, you're not quite sure. There are boxes and canisters of stuff. Then another section down is the conveyor belt with the cones, and below that is a large tube of something.
In this case it would be 4, I believe. Okay, let's
Yes,
go
it would be
down
number
there.
4. Floor 3 doesn't seem to have anything connecting to it.
Where do I get to exist in this one?
Well, wherever really. The walkway is the external perimeter.
Hmm.
You notice a similar controllable room on this side, Rom. So there's that.
Okay. Can I enter the room?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The door here seems to be damaged a bit and stuck half open, so you have to slip in. Theodore goes to the south room. Or what does he do?
Yeah. I wanted to see what was in it.
Alright.
Exploring.
As you enter the south room, you find yourself... It's a whole bunch of paperwork, really. There are these weird holographic sheets on nets. It's like really weird sci-fi paper, is the way to describe it. Slathered in diagrams of the large machine outside. You have no idea what any of it means.
Yeah.
This is all
So nothing I could
blurry.
find that would be really relevant. Just kind of, schematics and technical jargon.
It's all schematics and technical jargon, yes.
All right. Nothing worthwhile. Keep looking around.
Okay, you waffle around some more. Ellie enters into a room of their own. This is whoops. This is a large room dedicated entirely to wires, it seems. There's just wires and wires and wires and wires and wires. Large coils, rings of metal with wires and then more wires. This place is filled with an electromagnetic signature that your body picks up on.
As in something I can interface?
More power production.
Huh.
There might be some control panels you could check out, though. This place is sufficiently automated that there are like small maintenance panels all over the place.
Like to check in if I can.
You jack in. What do you think you'll find on the other side of a maintenance panel for a power station?
Like to shut everything down.
It's wishful thinking.
But that, you'll have to make me a check. And that check is an intellect 5.
Oh my. I'm gonna effort this.
Internal software will try to stop you.
Effort. There it is. One effort. And roll.
Ta-da!
Success! You shut down the power transfer. But not before you get a good idea that the machine has sufficient power that it's still a problem. But this
Okay.
will slow down its launch procedure.
Hooray.
Nice.
Nice.
All the coils start to spark a bit as they are unable to discharge their electrical charges.
Getting out of here.
Alright. And what about the control room I'm in?
This control room seems... Let me just double check my sheet work on this. The second floor had... What again? He was loading up boxes. Yes, boxes. This one seems to be concerned with data? You see a lot of like, there's several large screens, and they all seem to be doing those universal symbols for data transfer.
Okay.
It's like loading physical data storage devices in.
Can I interpret what the purpose of this is?
Well, this is just random data. You have to get like a box off the conveyor belt to analyze.
Is there anything to interrupt the process?
Maybe, but not here. There seems to be more like an overview of the situation. There's some offhand data about the other floors as well.
All right. What does it say about the other floors?
Well, that the first floor is mostly concerned... Wiretown USA. The first floor is mostly concerned with electronics. This floor is concerned with data and reconnaissance. The third floor is concerned with... The fourth floor is primarily concerned with ammunitions and weapons loading. And the fifth floor is concerned with, well, fuel production as well as something called a large-scale mining facility.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Third floor is a mystery. It's daytime. Okay.
As the guys up top enter this brand new fancy room, they enter into a room in which a small little machine is rolling around. There are large blue spots in this room, like big gassy orbs of blue
Oh man.
that are filled with odd snow that falls out and melts again.
Snow globes.
Mm-hmm. There's also a small little machine with, like, hands with points, some grabby, some pointy, some look like wrenches, and it's kind of rolling around. It seems to be looking for things amid all these materials. And clouds.
I'm like bend down and talk to the little rolly robot. See if I can like understand what it's looking for.
It looks at you and starts talking. Hello.
Hiya. You
Yeah.
look like you're looking for something.
Yeah.
Anything that I can help with?
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to repair stuff, but I don't have the stuff I need to repair stuff.
There's a big room full of wires over there-ish.
Yeah, I can't go there. In fact, I can't really go anywhere since they left.
Aw, that sucks.
Yeah. Because I can't fix things like this.
Well, what would you need to fix things? Like, and what things would you fix?
It takes a moment, sort of... Whatever he does, he's, like, thinking, probably. I don't know. Well, what I need is down below, in the fuel section. Someone left some tools there, and I need those tools, as well as some of the spare materials they had on them. If you could help me, I would be most grateful.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind while we're looking around.
Excellent. Oh, before you go, perhaps this will help. And it sort of whoop, rolls up to one of the shelves and offers you something.
Oh,
It's a set of goggles that have like crosshairs on them.
oh man,
Let me
neat.
I need to grab out the right thing for this, because this is a cool artifact that he's offering you. He is offering you a set of, well, if you want to know what they are, you're going to have to roll me some Numenera identification.
Okay.
I think that's usually like a 1 to 2 task, so it's not too difficult. Intellect. You'll be fine.
Okay. Oh,
Hey!
big brain.
Your brain does it. This set
Big
of
brain.
goggles is Aim True goggles. The way it works is when you turn it on, you basically decrease the ranged attack difficulty by 1 step.
Oh, okay.
It lasts for an hour after being activated, and has a depletion of 1 to 20. 1d20. Its level is... Doesn't mean anything, but there you go.
Okay.
This will help you find things. I think they help you see.
Well, thank you very much. Very kind of you.
Yeah. Also, you can't really tell the difference between the materials I need unless, you can see. Because these things block out, like, blue and violet light, and that stuff confuses you back in down the fuel deposit.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
that'll definitely help if I need to be able to see.
Realm enters a room.
Yes.
It is a massive room that
Oh.
sprawls in every direction. In fact, you're not sure you would call this a room more than a cave structure. This easily goes down to the third floor and seems to mostly concern itself with a large set of digging array that's clawing at the walls. It's also much chillier here. Brrr.
Yeah. Is it some kind of digging thing?
Yeah, there's like multiple large digging devices. And small
Hmm.
drones fly back and forth with materials at several altitudes.
Interesting. Approach one of the digging things.
They're
they-
quite a distance away. Like, they're all way out there.
Oh,
Like, this is a
Alright.
massive cave.
huge room. Are they active?
They seem to be. You see dust
Oh.
appear, rocks rolling down. Ellie heads up to a small room.
Small room.
All that's in this room, well, whatever used to be here, it's all gone now.
Empty.
There are holders for things where probably like staffs, swords, weapons, panels, things would all have been. Some sort of equipment room.
Nothing doing there.
Hmm.
Vorte.
Right. And the stairs here lead straight to level 4.
They stop at level 3, but there's nothing there to what you can see. From
Uh,
here, at least.
Okay. So what happens when I walk down?
Down the stairs.
Yeah.
Well, Vespa has already made it all the way down to floor 4, so nothing happens.
Okay. Just,
As you walk down,
Yes.
our good friend Ellie enters into a room. This is not that big a room. The conveyor that was back there goes up through the ceiling in the walkway and then comes into this room and splits off into several weird directions. Small boxes that probably contain information, judging by what Ram has been able to figure out so far, come out of the walls and slide in. All that's really here is a small control panel that mentions reconnaissance information and seems to consolidate a lot of what's been discovered. It's a large map of the surrounding area, as well as notable hostile reinforced locations.
Are these locations familiar to us?
Giving a look at the map, you notice that things like Lost Head and just random debris have all been identified as fortified positions. Even beyond this place, this thing is planning to go quite a few miles.
Well, that's not good.
This is quite, like, a very accurate map, though.
So, how fast is this conveyor belt going? Would I be able to make it back by just running against it?
Yes, but there are many large things in the way.
I mean, any given of these things.
There's also, like, let me just mark the door. I need to mark these doorways more.
Doors.
Doors. Get your doors. You got the dungeon map. That's not a dungeon map. It's the map of the local area.
Okay,
but the whole
You
area
also
is the
didn't get it. You just looked at it.
So I'm guessing that the objects are coming from like a hole in the wall or something.
They come out of a hole in the wall, similar to the hard disk area. There's a small conveyor belt passage above the actual doorway.
So I wonder if I could make some kind of slanted blockade that the cylinders would just kinda like it would go diagonally across the conveyor belt, and so the cylinders would slip off the belt and probably fall down.
I mean, if you want to fill this whole place up with explosives, that's probably going to take a while since it's technically already filling the cylinder up. Just the cylinder
No,
inside
but
the cylinder.
no, I just want to unblock the conveyor belt for now so that I can make it into the cylinder and then rig whatever explosives are in there to explode first.
Oh, you want to go inside the large the robot dragon?
Why not?
All right,
Oh.
you need to get up there first.
Well, we could just take one of these cylinders, rig it to explode once it gets in there, and
I'm not
One.
sure if it would set off the other ones, though.
Why wouldn't it? It's all explosives here.
If the voice of God says that
I
it
mean,
would, then
You
go
probably
ahead,
should
Raoul.
just find some explosives and see what they have to say about it.
Like, let's just take one of the cylinders off the belt and set it down here to work on it.
Be a shame to blow up this place with all this cool tech, though. But sure, you can't get up there though. It's like above you.
I guess we could.
It's like an easy 4 meters, like 20 feet or so above the ground. So
I jump there.
you're on the precarious ledge of the conveyor belt, so that you don't get swooped along. But
I grab a cylinder and
I would
Grab-
like to toss around a rope so that he can tie it up there so that we can climb back up in case we need to.
all right.
all right, well, Braum, you wait for a bit, deciding, you know what, I'll take the biggest, fanciest cylinder, because these are not all the same. Some are different. You imagine there's a sorting mechanism inside this thing, considering the randomness it's plopping in. Then you take one that looks pretty cool. It's like a big golden cone. That looks fancy and explosive enough. Has a red tip at the top. And you jump down with it and set it down.
Nice.
It doesn't look like ammo, but it should be.
Well,
This is a-
let's find where do we open it up so that we can attach some kind of detonator that we can scrunch up from bits.
The only seam it has is the seam between the red at the top and the rest of its golden body.
Let's be careful with that because I feel like if we touch the red bit too hard, it will go off.
Well, I take out my bag of light tools and set to work on it.
Alright, Raum, as you open up the top, I need you to make me either a speed or a might check. The might check is difficulty 4, the speed check is difficulty 5, because the thing sparks aggressively as you open it up. And you're a robot.
Difficulty 5. I'm going to use effort on this. So that was 3 points, right?
Yes, the first is 3, every other effort is 2.
Okay. Let's see. I can figure this thing out. Okay, that's effort on that. Do I have anything that counts as an asset?
No, you're trying to avoid getting shocked as you're busy on this, so I don't know if what effort might apply. What assets?
Okay. Well, hopefully I did this right then. Yeah, I'm a speed with effort. Ooh,
Ooh,
that's a one.
ooh. You take 6 points of damage as an electrical jolt comes out.
Is that might damage?
Might, yes. It's always might first.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I also got a GM intrusion. The bomb that you decided to pick, since you didn't do any research into these bombs ahead of time or look where they came from or anything, is very clearly an electromagnetic bomb. Anyone nearby who has any sort of electromechanical components also takes 2 damage.
No.
The bomb seems to have fizzled out.
Well, that went well.
On the other hand, you think that if you were to modify such a bomb correctly, it could, like, forcefully set off every other explosive inside that thing.
Right.
You'll need a new one, though. And you'll need a way to disassemble it without jolting yourself to death.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
I guess I'll climb up the rope and look for a golden bomb with a red tip. Or possibly the ruby one with a blue one, who knows.
Everyone just watches. You find, of course, there's enough that you will eventually just get another cone. Yes.
Great.
In the meantime, our good boy Theodore goes down south. What a trooper. And also does not stick to the grid.
Grids are for lamos.
This is an interesting little room. There are all kinds of cool, like, research tables and benches and all kinds of exciting stuff.
Whoa, nerd things.
Yeah. Don't be mean to my cool loot. That's rude.
Whoa, nerd things.
You know what one of the nerd things is? One of the nerd things is a dagger that sort of glows and it catches your eye because you like daggers.
I like pointy things. Those aren't for nerds.
The dagger, however, is translucent because the minute you get to a certain angle, it turns into an axe.
Okay, that's a nerd.
Oh, okay. That'll be awkward while making dinner.
Exactly. Good friend Frutin enters into a room best described as a large weapons factory. You
Ooh.
could probably learn a lot about the weapons that go into that large machine. The problem is that there's some massive war machine patrolling the area.
Ooh.
Like, you know how movies, like, you sort of hide and then this laser tracer goes zoop past your hiding spot? That's approximately what happens.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But can I take a glimpse then on the weapons that are in there? Without getting found
Unless you
out?
leave the room immediately, you're going to have to make me a speed check to stealth.
Oh, do you want help with that?
I think that I'm fine with that room. I don't need to have laser pointed at me.
Okay, Theodore, you're standing in front of some cool things. What do you want to do with it?
I want to pick up the cool things.
I mean, do you want to pick up the dagger or the axe?
Well, the axe. I'm an axe man.
Okay. In that case, difficulty 4, speed check. To quickly
Oh, dear.
grab it. Because you're not sure that it will be there when you lunge forward to grab it. Because it shifts between the two shapes as you move.
I'm gonna try efforting for that, because just in case. Oops, that was the wrong button. Please ignore my recovery roll.
Of maximum.
So yeah, using effort costs stuff, right?
3 for the first.
3.
If you've got edge, it's that much less.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that could make up to.
If I got it right, we can right now only apply 1 effort, right?
2. We are at tier
Ooh.
2.
I has to. Whoops.
If you want to use 2 effort,
Yeah.
it's only 5.
Womp womp.
Unfortunately, as you grab it, you do not grab the axe, but you do grab the dagger.
Oh,
That was so clear that would happen.
second place prize.
Consultation prize. Yes, you have the weird dagger that has this tracing going on as you swing it around a bit.
Magic rainbow knife.
So, can any of you be described as stealthy?
You can always
I
try
am
to
the
fight it.
exact opposite of that.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm mainly speedy, but
Well,
escapee.
do you want? Because I have a thing that would help with stealthing.
I mean, I'm not sure if we even have much to do in that room with that war machine.
There might be some information
mean,
to learn from it.
How threatening of a war machine is it exactly?
How do you describe this thing? It has those spider legs you sometimes see mechs have. It's big and bulky, and by the looks of it, it probably has a shooty explodey.
Oh man, it's that one boss from Warframe.
Well, I have a plan. There's a door through the room to the south that leads into the same room. If I jump in there and get its attention, all you guys can come in and hit it in the butt.
The butt.
Well, whatever it has in place of a butt.
How
I
rude of you
don't want to
assume-
assume its
How
body
rude of you to
plan.
assume it doesn't have a butt.
Some people don't.
Some people don't. Fine. This is a plan.
Unless anybody has any stealthier ideas, it's the best
Well,
bet.
Said I have a thing that helps with stealth, so
Just tell us what it is then instead of just saying that you have it.
oh, it's a tube of shimmering powder.
Wow, and what's that do?
It's glitter.
It makes you nearly invisible for an hour.
Yeah, that would be a significant asset to sneak around.
Yeah. Well, who wants it then?
Well, I'm not stealthy at all, so I'll pass.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Sorry.
I can do it then.
All right.
I'm gonna stand and die. That sounds fun.
Maybe someone should figure out what that dagger does before you do anything too hasty.
I thought it would be a simple weapon with some bonus.
It is well, since you've got Raum, the man who knows. Raum, this is a difficulty 4 intellect check to figure out what this thing actually does.
Okay, I'm going to use effort on this.
You also have your Numenera training, that also applies.
So that's an asset, I think.
It's just training, this is separate from assets.
Oh. Oh. Oh, it's that one.
I think you didn't
Okay.
click your skill instead of the thing
Yeah.
it remembers how to save.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this thing work. So I'm using effort, which because I'm team, I just use 1 point. And Numenera. Oh.
Toot.
Oh, wow, another one.
Another one.
As you examine this thing, you make enough noise that the boop, 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 boop machine suddenly hears you guys rummaging and making all kinds of noise
Oh no.
and starts stomping in to investigate.
Oh dear.
Oh,
What do you
Hey
do?
guys, how about you get out of the doorway?
Run away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you run away.
I'm still a little bit sparky, so my volume control suddenly goes out of whack, and I start shouting about dagger.
This is a dagger. Exactly.
This thing does
Hey,
not shoot
what-
conventional bullets. It shoots small spear-like objects. Ow.
Yeah, I would like it if it tries going through this doorway, I wish to
Lucky you, it's too big for the doorway.
oh, well. That's fine then. You guys can probably go in through the other door then while it's distracted.
Yeah. Oh. Do you
Because there are
still want?
two.
You see the little, what's it called? The laser pointing around inside as it's scanning.
In
So-
the meantime, I guess I'll keep looking for the bomb
I mean, you already
on
have
the
your cone.
conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Like, acquiring one is not the problem.
Okay, well, if another like golden one came by already and I grabbed it, then I guess it's on the ground now and Traum can try doing the thing again.
Right. Do you still want to go through with the stealth plan?
I mean, if you guys want to have fun and loot that room, then go right ahead. I'm just kind of thinking about our original objective, you know?
Looting knowledge.
Could imagine the Saffron being a little bit more difficult now because the machine already noticed us.
Hmm.
Okay, you guys want some other one of these bombs so that you can toss it at the machine and figure out how her will blow up. I'm going to find a small one.
Okay, then. Throwing a bomb at the thing?
I mean, first I'm going to give you guys a bomb from the conveyor belt. I'm going to try to identify one that won't blow up the whole place, but will be small enough to just blow up the machine, and then you guys can apply it.
Though you know nothing about how these bombs work. You just know that it zapped your friend. And it might do the same to you!
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
I mean, the golden ones are zappy ones, so I'm going to try to...
You take out one that looks like a rocket. It's a cylinder, it has little tail fins, the cone. Has a weird, like, ball at the top of the cone, but who cares? It also has a distinct access panel.
Hmm.
Yo, dog.
Access panel. Alright.
So. What up, gang?
Well, So we have a rocket.
Yes.
Yes. Rocket get.
All right. Well, Theodore, you're a big and a strong guy.
I'm scared by that implication, but yes.
Have you any talent in throwing javelins or such?
I just so happen to have goggles that make that kind of thing easier.
Well then,
How lovely.
well, here's a thing you can throw.
Okay.
Alright, well. It's gonna be a might check to throw this. What was that?
That was Mina's connection dying.
Why did someone call it the No Fun Allowed map?
Because you made fun of the last name I gave it. Sad
Because
face.
you never got the map.
Sad face.
Yeah. Well,
It was a Zelda joke.
putting aside Zelda
Fine.
jokes. If you want to hurl this thing, it's a difficulty 6 might challenge to hurl it. Because this thing is not meant for people like you to throw them.
Well, we might as well give it a go.
Yep.
I'm going to use my other effort point for this. It shall cost me, I think, 1. Because I have 2 light things. And then I have an asset in my goggles. Which means, yes! Yeet!
That's one heck of a yeet. There's
Alright,
no more
what's your
brilliant
damage?
idea than throwing an explosive rocket into a room filled with explosives.
Mm-hmm.
What's the worst that could happen?
That you are blown back by the shockwave. I mean, if you're going to be blown back, you're going to fall into the dragon and then fall as deep down as this place is. So you're gonna.
Sounds like fun.
So unless anyone has any plan on how to stop Theodore from falling to his death, you should have thought this through more.
Can I try throwing a rope?
Lasso.
I don't know if a
Can
rope falls
I-
faster than Theodore.
Can I whip him?
Sure.
A great way to make this kinky.
I mean, like a lasso?
Yeah, sure.
Hmm.
Okay, that should be what then?
Speed or might? I imagine Theodore's a big bulky guy, so difficulty 3 to hit him with a lasso.
I'm a sphere of armor and I'm like 7 feet tall.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then with
So-
effort.
Huh.
What
Plus-
ended up happening?
The explosion room exploded, and the conveyor belt that's just stops.
Ah.
Dragon seems fine though.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm,
Flying through the air very slowly.
or should I do
feel like
that without
that
the attack
Entire room
modifier?
exploded.
Well, it doesn't
With
matter. You
facility
succeed
from
at whipping
Michigan.
Theodore. Theodore.
Oh, I need to hold the big dude on
Theodore flies on over to the spiral staircase and lands on top of it as you try to hold on but can't actually hold on to him. You do deflect him off course so that he falls on the staircase. So he's fine.
Hooray!
So you also get the damage.
His armor absorbs the majority of the blow.
Okay, nice.
He does need like a minute to catch his breath. Like, oof.
I'm saying, hey, that apparently worked, didn't it?
Could have gone worse.
Roll back up the stairs, you. You iron ball. Well, you look inside of a room that's like blown to shit. You destroyed all computers in this area, as well as all the stored materials.
Well, at least we know the bombs work.
Yeah,
It's
and the war machine is gone.
Is
presumably
anything left
also
of the war machine?
also anything that's worth getting out of this room is also gone. So, kudos to you. There's nothing left of
It
it.
was a good.
You might have been able
it
to
was a
salvage
good plan.
something of it if you didn't completely atomize it.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
fair.
but this was more fun.
Hmm.
This was the yeeting plan.
Let's practice for later.
May not have been the most graceful plan, but it worked. Damn it!
Okay, should we check out the last floor?
Sounds like an idea.
Place is smoky and filled with weird sparks and puff clouds. The last floor, this tube sounds like fluids is flowing through it. And if you're checking through the open doorway, you'll see a large place filled with tanks,
Oh.
each filled with a strange syrupy fluid that floats upward and downwards like lava, but nothing seems to be causing it, like a lava lamp.
Hmm.
Ellie, I need you to make me difficulty 4, speed check as you are attacked, and need to dodge.
Oh no.
You duck out of the way. You see off in the distance 2 machines, for whom I will not make tokens.
Tokens.
They are humanoid-like machines. And they are willing to engage.
Oh no, they're set to M for Mega.
Oh no.
Well, I will engage them back then.
Alright then. If everyone wants to start initiative, then it's initiative time. Alright. The initiative for these machines is difficulty 4.
course.
You gain a major effect. What kind of major effect would you gain as you heroically set off in the battle?
Can I get an insight?
Sure. What kind of insight do you wish to learn as you observe their mechanical movings?
I actually need to check what that means to gain an insight. There was a specific thing. Insight. That might actually be in one of the options books.
Theodore, can you roll me some initiative too? And Ellie?
I did.
Oh, Ellie has.
I
Ellie
did.
just didn't get it. Okay. And Theodore. Ellie's once more the one who loses. Ugh. Well, to be fair, you were busy dodging. All right. Round Theodore and Vortat, go first.
This was explained in one of these.
So I can't really see anything.
Not quite yet. But you do hear like a noise of something impacting. And it seems that our good old Brown doesn't quite know what he wants.
Gain insight. It's in track the options 2, page 62.
Exciting.
Insight to help them. Think about doing real gather information, scouting. She can spend 3 points and gain a single bit of special knowledge from the GM that she can count on with certainty. Insights are always presented as absolutes, and once established, they should never be changed unless it is through the direct and deliberate intervention of the PCs. For example, if the PC can insight that giving the guard at the gate a container of spirits by nightfall ensures that he is drunk by midnight, but they kill that guard and a new one is stationed there, the insight is invalidated and all bets are off. The insights are never an end in themselves, they are means to an end.
Does that really apply to this context?
I mean,
Well,
you
I get an insight into these machines.
Well, I don't know what really there is to insight about them. They are security machines.
Some kind
And
of
considering you made a loud noise, they're very much aware of your presence.
weak spot or something.
Very well.
I don't know.
Despite their shields, they have large shields that provide their defenses. Despite this shield, it is entirely possible to circumvent it by being clever and distracting it for a moment. Sufficient distraction would essentially negate their 2 armor points.
All right. All right. They have shields, but if one
They're shields, but they're slow with it.
slow with it, and if one of you distracts them, I can hit them in a weak spot.
Yeah, we'll say that you also like figure out a place you can hit, but it's hard to communicate in the middle of combat.
Distract them. I
Have a plan.
an idea.
All right, who wants to go first in the initiative?
so all
Go
these
to-
circle things are tubes, right?
Yes, they're all large canisters, transparent, so you can see the weird gooey contents.
If I were to like throw something at the back one there behind them, would I be able to hit it?
You'd have to move
Like-
to a slightly better position to get a good angle, but yes.
Yeah, I was thinking like that would serve as some kind of a distraction, just shatter it behind them and flood them with whatever it is.
Sure.
But on second thoughts, what if that floods it with everything that's being pumped through here? And it's
Yep.
not just like,
Wouldn't that be a shame?
yeah, that
mean,
would kind of ruin everything.
I mean, aren't we kind of used to ruining everything?
Yeah, but sometimes you got to learn from your mistakes.
No.
One of these days, I'll do something that's not really dumb. So I guess I'll just do the old-fashioned and just, run up to them and give them a big old whack.
Huh. You run up and give the one directly in front of you a good old-fashioned whacking.
Or I don't.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, really? 2? Wah wah. Vortin and Raum, you still have a turn before. Who goes first and who does what?
Can I move again in one turn?
So still an effort turn on. Not like a mana.
Want
Well.
to try and distract one of them? Hmm.
Can I even move in a position where I can hit one of them with my crossbow?
Yes, sure. You can easily move over to the doorway and hit him from there. Past
Okay.
Theodore.
Nice. And I'm gonna do that. Difficulty 4 was it, right?
Yes.
Time to apply some effort there. Let's make sure. Oh no. Should be fine. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Crossbow. Let's.
Pew.
What a hit. What does your crossbow normally do as damage? 4, 5, 3. What a pop. Raum, it's your time to go.
Okay.
It is not
Does,
distracted since you're all attacking from the same direction.
Hmm. How big were these canisters?
They are very tall. Like, this place is a very high location.
Okay. Well, I just get in here and yeah, just gonna shoot at the one that everyone is shooting currently, and hope for a better thing next time. There's my Victor.
Nope. It's a miss.
Swap me.
It's the machine turn.
Hmm.
Theodore!
It's me.
Speed defense 4. As it goes in for
Speed
a swing a ding ding.
defense.
It's large. It threw something and now it grabs onto a axe of sorts and swings it at you.
Why does my word say that it costed 5? I don't.
Well, because of difficulty, it goes up by 1, so it's difficulty 5. Oh, hey.
You dodge. Huh! The other one, however, will move over a bit and force you to make a might defense, difficulty 4, as it tries to push you over
Okay.
and sort of grapple you down to the ground.
Okay.
Oh no,
Fart.
Theodore's on the ground, but I guess that qualifies as a distraction. For this one, at least.
How far can I move around
Where do you want to
Ar-
move? Is the question.
around the back?
Like here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make it that far. We'll see.
Okay.
You're there.
I'm here.
All right. Rome.
Nope.
Rome, Theodore, and Fortin.
I'll try to circle behind them.
Excellent. Fortin, Theodore.
Well, I'm gonna, get up
You
from
need to do
being
a
on the floor.
strength check. Difficulty 5. It's on top of you, so it's kind of more of an annoying way to deal with now.
Get off.
You give it a boot and kick it off of yourself. Oof, it stumbles back. Fortin.
I'm gonna hit it again with my crossbow.
Pew.
Exciting. You want to hit the same one or the one that was holding Theodore down?
The one that was above Theodore.
Okie dokie. Difficulty 4. Speed, because it's ranged.
Also, I'm gonna use my trigger of trade to add an additional damage if I hit it.
Go nuts. It takes the full 5.
Nice.
Pew.
Machine turn. They put their shields back in place. One goes in at Raum, who's running towards it, forcing him to make a speed defense. The other one will also try to go for Theodore, so the two of you need to make me difficulty 4 speed defenses.
Difficulty 5.
4.
Hey.
Oh,
5 for me because of my bad everything.
Ow! You were hit for 4 damage with a big axe. Ow! Don't forget your
Ouchie.
armor.
all right. So I 2 take
Yes.
4 damage.
Yep.
So it was 4 damage, was it?
Yes.
Well,
Guess who has 4 armor?
The lance.
well, I had 2 armor, so.
It realizes that it must employ a two-handed technique to get through your armor. Ellie!
I'd like to jump off Rome's back and get behind them.
Sure, you're now behind them.
Hold on. Roll20's acting up. For some reason, left click is dragging the screen. I'll just quickly refresh the page.
You may have selected the pan hand icon. Like there's a little hand at the top left instead of an arrow pointer cursor thing. It
Yeah,
might
once-
have been that.
Once I'm behind it, I'm going to laser it in the back because I got a ray gun.
Oh heck, you use a cipher. Pew!
Shoot.
Pew,
Wait a
pew.
minute.
So what? So let me see. What is this? Oh, it's a. You practically burn a hole into it, with cracks and sparks. It seems somewhat intact. Is a broad word here. Raum, you just have to push it over.
Right.
As you almost get hit, like the ray stops seconds before it would have hit you.
Ooh. All right. Yeah. I'll try to. Yeah, it was. How do you describe this? Like, what with this like spider bots or something? Or
Oh, these are humanoids. They have shields and big weapons. The one in the weapons room was the spider bot.
okay. I tried to topple this one over by shooting it in the knee.
All right.
Something adventurous, something.
Not the knee. Not the knee.
I guess. That's.
Need that for soccer practice.
I just keep rolling ones.
You're having a good day over there.
Well,
Alright.
as this machine crackles and sparks towards you, it turns around to face Ellie, and you are hit for 3 damage from one of the sparks that bounces off its back. As you accidentally agitate the wires with your beam.
Does armor apply?
Yeah, the armor applies for this one.
Fun.
Theodore, if you can get behind him, you might be able to distract him so Fortin's got a clear shot.
I'm not sure if I can get behind him. He's kind of blocking the corridor. But, can I, like, charge through it?
You can get around him. There's enough space to get around him.
Okay. Okay, just gonna... Excuse me. Pardon me.
Excuse me.
And then I'm gonna hit him in the face with a battle axe.
It follows you with keen eye, like... "Aw." Kabam!
Smacky smack.
You hit it good. Fortin, you've got a clear shot as it's turned towards Theodore and starts to grab its axe with 2 hands. You see servos spinning up, small sections expanding as steam blows out.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the this action again, and I wanna apply effort for more damage.
Zoop. Roll me the tuna. Difficulty 4 as ever.
Nice.
Okay, first for Theodore, difficulty 5, speed defense, as it swings its axe down with tremendous strength and speed.
Yeah. Oops.
Oh no. Oh no!
Oh dear.
Theodore, you take 10 damage as its axe lands on top of you, and
Ouchie.
you can feel it through your whole nervous system.
Ouchie. Be a big old 6.
And Ellie, it's difficulty 4 speed defense as the axe swings at you. Whoosh.
Oh no.
You take 4 damage.
Ah.
But you immediately get your turn to take revenge. Knock it over.
Hee-ha.
Hey, minor effect of +3 damage.
That will annihilate it completely. Realm, there's only one more left. And it just took... you just heard this thunderous clank as it hits down on Theodore. It's like a gong got hit.
Is it distracted?
Very much so. It's putting everything into the swing. And it shows.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
We'll say 3 because it's like... It's stuck in that overhang swing, so it can't really dodge effectively.
Okay. I'm going to use effort to increase damage. So that's be just 1 point. And also a beam. Boom.
Ew.
Well, there he goes. Boom! The beam knocks its skull off, and parts of its shoulder, and also parts of those cooling things that popped out. It's now stuck in place, which means Theodore has to awkwardly wiggle out from under the axe head.
Excuse me. Pardon me again.
Excuse me. Well, you sure did some damage. Rock'em sock'em robots and stuff.
Yep. All right. Security has been dealt with.
Alright, you wanna gather up some shins and stuff from these things?
Yeah.
Alright, I need the following things. I need a 1d4, 5d6, and someone needs to roll me a special d6. How about Ellie roll me the special d6, Raum roll me the 1d4, and Wutan roll me the 5d6.
The what?
Aww. Roll me
What should I
5.
roll?
Just roll me 5d6.
We will cut off 56. Okay.
Just 5d6.
Yeah.
Well, you get 24 shins out of them, if you take a little bit of time to harvest it, and 4 ciphers. Unfortunately, the axe is 2 damage to take from it. It would have been an artifact if it wasn't damaged. Well, 4 ciphers it is then. I don't have 4 ciphers prepared. So, how about every single person here roll me a d20, and I'll roll up some tables. We have a 10. We have a... Okay. Okie doodly dokie. Let me take this over here.
2 14s.
Ellie, roll me a 1d100.
So where did Mina go? Is Mina alive?
26.
26.
Hmm.
You find something called a biomorph.
Biomorph.
Oh. Oh.
What?
It's a pill that you can swallow to gain a mutation.
Ooh.
Raum, roll me the d100. On
70.
list number D. Okay, 70. You find a paralysis ray emitter.
New beams.
BK, D100. On
Yeah.
list number E.
Pew.
You find something called stone guts.
Oh.
Is the mutation temporary or permanent?
The mutation is permanent, I assume. Let's see. I'll look it up in a moment. Oh wow. Essentially, you can when you take stone guts, you can vomit, and then you vomit out concrete, and it's enough to cover a human-sized concrete. I mean,
Yeah, well,
sure, video games.
they can't all be winners.
They can't all be clean. Let's see. Biomorph. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't specify how long it lasts, so I assume it's permanent. What
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
pretty sure
mutation is
mutations
yet
are-
to be rolled? Finally, Grifflian Vorchan gets to roll me a d100 to see what he gets from his list of cool and exciting toys. 9. Now that's a nice low number. You find... Sure, you find a mystery box.
Oh,
It's
I like
just
that.
it's just a button.
nice.
So the way this works is when you use it, I roll 2d20 and something happens. It has things like
Is it-
everything in the immediate range begins to glow, and you
Is
can
it-
gain cosmic awareness.
Is it red?
Sci-fi, right?
I don't know what the heck's the deal with this thing. It's basically a wand of wonder, I guess. Well, you all got your cool trinkets.
Could I use a room to identify what my pill does?
Ahead of
Oh,
time for that, difficulty 5 for Numenera investigation. If he wants to figure out what it does ahead of time.
That's up to
I'll
him.
Take a
Oh.
look. Okay, that's a
All
Thank you.
right. In that case, you know what? I'll say you get to pick what kind of mutation it is. Is it powerful,
Yeah.
beneficial, harmful?
Powerful.
Okay. The pill contains a powerful mutation, Ram will tell you. And I will personally select it depending on what would best suit your character.
That's very lucky because those things are kind of nuts.
Yeah, the
Yep.
mutations are all over the place. Where
Well, what would be powerful for a fluffy little space raptor?
So where are the mutations listed again?
I think it was. I don't remember. Somewhere.
It's
Somewhere in there.
somewhere, and then there was more of them in one of the checked options.
Yeah, I remember under one of them there's like a thing called mutates you could pick for something. Under foci.
You'd think I'd
Yes.
remember, given that's the thing that I did. But
Yeah, character options 1 has more mutations. And in the core book, they're on the page 125.
Got it. Yeah, sweet, sweet, sweet. This is cool. Alright, I'll see if I can find an interesting, powerful mutation. Ooh. Dark sight, filtered lungs, chameleon skin. You know what? I like chameleon skin. You take this pill, you can change your own colors.
Ooh, neat. I take the pill.
It's an asset for in hiding, but it also makes you look cool. So there you go.
Yay.
you can just flash random colors at all times.
You're a stop sign now. Well, you've cleared this place, but you still haven't found a way to blow up the dragon effectively.
I still haven't found the stuff Roly Poly was looking for.
Well, looking around actually, if you look around here, because this was where he approximately told you to look. You eventually find like between some of the canisters is a small selection of tools and a box with some metals in it.
So that's probably the stuff I'm looking for.
Do you take off your goggles while looking at the spare metal screws, plates, stuff?
Well, I mean, he told me I needed them on in order to see them properly, so I keep them on.
All right. You pick up the box of 4 clearly distinct metals.
Heck yeah.
And the tools. You also want those.
Yeah.
All right. What do you do next? You found his things.
Well, I don't know about everyone else, but I'm going to take the long, arduous walk up the stairs back to his room.
It's good cardio. Shush.
I'm slow and lumbering, so this takes a while.
Everyone's like stuck behind him. Move.
What's the level of the paralysis beam?
Let's see. Paralysis. I think that's in the core book.
Oh. Someone drop?
Discord's
Yeah.
being done. I had to reconnect.
Ray
Probably still
emitter
big.
paralysis. Level 1d6 plus 2. It is a glove that you can hold out at someone and it pew-pews. Let's see. When you shoot a thing up to 200 feet or 61 meters, and whatever you hit is paralyzed. A small number, a 1 in 20 chance, has effects that last an hour instead of a minute.
Oof.
Now ain't that something?
Yeah. Yeah, I basically got nothing from that. You were reporting the entire way.
The ray emitter is 1d6 plus 2 level, but the actual point is that it's a glove, and if you hit someone with it up to 200 feet, they are paralyzed for a minute. There's a 1 in 20 chance that it paralyzes for an hour. Theodore, you return to the room with the small little machine.
Yeah.
You show him the box, and he's like, "Oh man, that's what I was looking for."
I found the things.
Well, gosh, geez, if I could help you out with anything, that'd just be spiffing.
Yeah, I kicked her off this big rocket thingy. That
Yeah.
I don't know his rocket
Oh.
because we're not supposed to know that.
Yeah, well, do you happen to know any way to stop this thing from obliterating everything ever?
Gosh, well, I mean,
That'd
you
be-
could always blow it up from inside, but then I'd blow up too.
Oh no.
Take him with you.
Can you come with me? I can carry you.
I'm not allowed to leave. My programming says no.
No.
Well, that's just rude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Maybe if I speak to the Hollow Lady in a few rooms over, I could convince her to let you leave.
I don't know.
I don't know if
gonna
she's
see
in
us.
charge like
I
that.
don't think if she'll appreciate that important maintenance personnel is taking a vacation after they plan to destroy this facility.
She doesn't know that he's helping us. I could just say for his long service, he deserves a day off.
Could I try changing his programming?
You can try.
It sounds like a difficult task.
It's difficulty 5, yes. Same as the other machine. It's an intellect challenge, but you have your interfacing, which helps, +1. So... So, you take a look at some of the fuel. You've never seen fuel like this. It seems almost weightless.
Hmm.
And it's very thick and viscous for fuel.
Wait, I think I did that wrong.
Did you? Yeah, your thing isn't applied.
How do I apply it?
I'm pretty sure that you have to click your skill. After setting all the settings, you click the relevant skill, and then it automatically adds a skill to it.
Oh.
It would be possible, though, Ram, to extract a small amount. There are, like, small taps on every one of them that you could use to extract a little bit of fluid.
Yeah.
But interface doesn't have a roll.
Weird.
It just has a...
Can I recover some stats?
Yeah, sure.
But
Everyone has a recovery roll that's one action. That's like...
I did that one last time, if I remember correctly.
You probably have 10 minutes, considering Theodore slow and lumbering is trying to go up the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably have at least 2 hours.
I need to conduct repairs.
Good, because my speed was kind of low. But...
I would like to put... Okay, so you didn't make that roll anyway, even with your special thing, but... You can always retry the roll, but you'd have to spend effort to do so.
Yeah, I already spent my effort doing that roll.
Well, I'm saying you can redo the roll, or you can spend experience if you have any.
Well, how would experience affect the roll?
You re-roll the actual die, but everything else stays the same. And you can do it as often as you'd like. It's indeed as big of a sunk cost fallacy as you think it is. Yes, that button is exactly what that machine looks like. The big red button. You know what? No matter if you use it or not, we're going to roll for that at the end, see what would have happened. Because this table is nuts. The fact they called it a mystery box is just like, oh, you cheeky boys.
Okay, I spent an XP.
Ta-da!
You spent an XP. The machine can now leave.
Hooray!
Oh, boy.
Hooray!
Oh,
We saved
boy.
Billy Billy.
Well, cool, but how we plan to blow this place up anyway?
Well,
There's a
there's
whole
still
bunch-
all the bombs loaded into the dragon, right?
You're
I've
not here to
gone in
talk.
there now that the conveyor belt has stopped, and I'm looking at them trying to figure something out.
Vespa is rummaging around inside the machine. Immediately after entering is a sorting machine. And then there's tubes and passageways and conveyor elevators going up and down. You wouldn't know where to begin. It's a big mess.
I
Also,
look
Griffley,
for,
and technically
like,
you have 1d6 plus 2 because it's 1d6 plus your tier, so you get 1 extra point of recovery.
I'm going to
Okay.
look for anything that looks like a panel that could come off.
There are no panels, and back when the conveyor worked, you're pretty sure this place would have had like a constant flow of explosives that could chain react properly, but since you stopped the conveyor, you're going to need something else. Man, there's so many bombs in here. God dang.
Well, that's the point. Like, I need one that could properly reach wherever they're stored inside this machine.
If only you could make like a large hovering fuse.
What's that fuse got to be made out of?
Something that can explode, presumably. Or catch fire, or...
I mean, what's the point if there are not like literal like powder bombs that are going to ignite from fire? Come on, it's not that easy with explosives. You need proper detonators.
Fine then. The situation has become more complicated.
Okay.
That's why I hope that like these are like
In fact, all the
Already
explosives are
bombs.
now stored inside special containers that ensure that the machine cannot be destroyed by unintended explosions.
Convenient.
Would make sense.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to look for like.
This wasn't the case beforehand, but it is because God's getting a little bit frustrated at you. Stop getting in the way of my rule of cool. Thank you very much.
I mean, all of the bombs already had the detonators in them. They just had to be pressed
Yeah.
by a shockwave.
Well then, Theodore. The little machine wants to help, but it doesn't quite... It's not a demolitions expert. It could probably help with like a lot of the technology that it's familiar with, but... Like, it probably knows how most of the things around here are constructed, but it doesn't quite know how to blow up a dragon. We might need to put some minds together here.
Well, maybe if I pick him up and take him back down to where Vespa is, who's working on the inside, he could have a look inside.
Minds, you say?
Lord.
Let's just put him into the brain zone.
Ram, what are you doing in the
Brains.
fuel tank? What are you having fun there?
Yeah,
Brains
yes, I am
might work.
extracting some fuel to examine it more closely.
It's weirdly viscous. It clings to your fingers, but more in sort of like a gravity kind of way. Like it doesn't experience Earth's gravity, but you're somehow gravitationally attracting it or something. It's really weird. Like it flows around you, but stays somewhat together. It's like a worm, but it's not alive. It's really light, but it feels thick.
Yeah.
It conducts your electrical charges and electromagnetic field seems to react to it. It's like a heck of a weird liquid. Probably makes great blueberry pudding.
Connection going bad again.
I noticed.
Discord, please.
Discord, I'm getting
Alright.
out the... Oh no, it's the nut button! Nut. These pure and innocent boys should not be nutting. Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference?
Yes. Do you have a problem with that?
No.
If so, I saw that coming.
So, Illy has an idea. It's
Ideas.
from Waretown.
What's the plan, Ellie?
She's gonna collect the whole, and then use those wires to try to rig a detonator, if she can.
What kind of detonator are you trying to rig here?
Like, go to one of the explosives and crack it open and try to jury-rig it.
Like a universal detonator that would trigger the others or something? Or just something that would detonate this particular kind?
Just whatever works.
Well, are you in any way trained in electronics technology? Because this is difficult.
Well, the most I am involved in electronics is interface.
Golly. Oh.
Again.
Well, what a situation. What do we do now?
Are the
Discord still
fuel
dying?
tanks- The fuel tanks are transparent.
Yeah, you can see a side of them.
And how big are the tubes leading away from them?
Sizable.
Okay. I'm going to face through the wall and into the tank.
Luckily, you're a
One.
machine, and do not drown.
Yep.
Also, now that you're in like a sizable quantity of the stuff, you can sort of swim in it, but it's really weird. It's like the more you're covered by it, the less gravity seems to affect you.
Oh, this is fun. I start swimming towards the heart of this thing.
You start swimming towards the fuel tank inside of the dragon?
Yeah.
Well, that would normally be nearly impossible, but since you can see outside, you can see where you're going, and you could see what the outside looked like. So, yes, you are now inside the dragon. I mean,
Gross.
depending on your definition, you crawled up its butthole.
Even worse.
Gross.
You're Ant-Man now. Please grow to this tremendous size.
Oh no, the true ending of the campaign.
No, it's the endgame spoilers. See, the only reason that wasn't the ending is because everyone already figured it out, so they had to change it to remain fresh.
And there was an answer from Thanos where he tracked all that.
Alright,
Well,
Allie, you're gonna need to roll me some intellect here if you want to make a universal detonator. I'm going to need a difficulty 7. Like, this is difficult. It becomes difficulty 6 since you have your interface stuff, but yeah. Some effort could be spent if you wanted to, but this is a very tough task.
Yeah, I'm out of effort. Might as well. Yep.
Yeah, you have no wait.
Well, that was close.
No, you do make it. If you spend effort and you interface, 7 goes down to 5, so you make it.
Well, I have no effort though.
I thought you did.
No, I got 0. I've spent both my efforts.
I mean, you spend points from your intellect pool to apply effort.
Isn't
Oh,
an
effort-
effort pool.
Oh, effort doesn't go down?
Effort is how
No.
much effort you can spend on any single action. Your actual
I
effort
thought
is
eff-
your pools.
I thought
Yeah.
effort was a
Oh.
resource.
Yeah, I thought it was a
No.
resource too.
No, your
No.
points of stats are your resource, so you spend 3 of them for 1 effort or 5 for 2. So if you spend 2, that's sufficient. If you spend 1, in this case, it's also sufficient.
Okay, that,
You are unfortunately impaired because you are really hecking tired. Like, you've exhausted your mind, but you have a detonator.
hooray! Let's get out of here.
Don't you want to? Don't you want to make sure Realm isn't inside a dragon butthole first?
He can be in whoever's butthole he wants to be. He's a grown man.
He's a robot. Stop.
Okay. I try to swim around in here looking for,
You swim to what you assume is the top and find that there is like a small access hatch,
Uh-huh.
but it's very hard to find amidst this blue mist.
I'll try to find well, if there's a controller, some way to control this thing from the inside.
Not
Yeah,
here.
pretty nice.
All that's here is like a small, sort of like a panel that tells you this place is full of fuel.
Well, I open the hatch. I'll at least try to.
The hatch opens up, and you are inside the dragon, and can see the panel that says, "This is how much fuel we have." Woo!
I try to fudge with the panel. So that it... Oh,
Alright.
yeah. I try to make it think it has no fuel in its tanks.
Oh my.
Right.
Well,
Overfills itself.
do you leave the hatch open?
Yes.
All right. Difficulty 5 for Numenera stuff as usual.
25 for Numenera. I use effort to lower that.
And you have your skill training, presumably.
Yeah. Numenera. Huzzah.
Excellent. You hear the pumps pumping faster because it's empty. It can fill a lot more. It'll be difficult to swim out now that you think about it. Now that the pumps are pumping so fast.
Okay.
I mean, he can get out. Hey, he wants.
Yeah, I try to find a thin. Eh,
You
it
could
doesn't need to
if you can
be
use
that
far jump
thin.
without spending any resources, you could probably far jump your way up this thing and reach.
Well, I first I phase through the thing so
Ah,
that I'm outside the dragon.
you pop out and then you jump out.
Yeah.
You are now back outside and can walk back up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I did the thing.
Nice. I would
Vespa.
like to apply my heat-seeking goggles
Yes.
and look around with these inside the dragon to see if there's like anything running hot in here.
There's a lot of piping and electrical wiring that seems to create quite some heat.
Yeah, but these are like narrow shapes. Is there like a big blobby?
What do you mean, big? What are you looking for exactly?
Some kind of central computer server?
Oh, you imagine that will be way up higher since that's where the batteries and data stored.
Well, I heard there were elevators. Let's go.
You call. All right, Vespa, roll me a might check. Difficulty 3 as you climb up the conveyors that are normally meant for rockets.
So that was a 3.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Flex your muscles.
I wonder if I have like a climbing set in this explorer's pack.
I don't know if you do.
Well, let's see what it entails.
I don't know how much a climbing set would help inside something that's made out of metal, but I don't know what Numenera people pack in their climbing sets.
Yeah, me neither.
Special equipment. Yeah, there's some basic climbing stuff in there, so.
Yeah.
But that's
Is
not
that
what you
an
need.
acid-
It's you're more like climbing from platform to platform, so.
Yeah, okay. I'll just roll it plain.
Yeah.
Uh, sorry, that's an 8. I didn't even set the difficulty properly, but it's an 8 still now. Okay, I failed.
Yeah,
What now?
You don't if it's an 8 and it's difficulty 3 and you put in 2 effort.
No, I don't put into effort. I just want to roll the play and just forgot to change anything in this.
All right. In that
Fair.
case, it's exhausting, and you'd have to take a break after a while. You basically there's just too many these big things in the way. You have to push them aside the whole time. Ugh.
Yeah.
You basically lose some of your might in exhaustion. 2 points. What's everyone else doing? Raum is back, and he's meeting up with Vortan at the data layer, it seems.
I mean, shaking off this weird fuel the entire time.
Yeah, there's like little globs still sticking to you in odd places.
Ugh.
Theodore heads to Scrap Brain Zone. What do you want to do? You want to roll up into a ball and do a spin attack or something?
I was gonna see if Mr. Ballfriend could do anything in here, given that this has a weird mechanical brain. I figure the weird mechanical brain has something to do with the things operating here.
He looks it over for a moment. I guess I could just have the wastewater flush up. That stuff is hot. It'll kill the algae or something. Who knows what'll happen? Maybe she'll think wrong.
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah! Can you hold me up while I do the thing? Okay, he
You
points
got
at a
it.
small panel and he kind of needs your help here. Alright?
Yeah, give him a little lift.
You'll have to spend like 2 points of might to hold him up the whole way, because he's kind of heavy. But after that, you hear the odd gurgling of the machine as, yes, indeed, steamy hot water goes up through it. Like, really gross-looking water, too. Ooh. Well, we should probably leave before she gets angry.
Just pumping this thing full of a whole bunch of weird liquids.
We're inflating the balloon wrong. Theodore meets Raum.
Hello.
Hello.
By this point, after some minutes of fun, our good friend Vespa has reached floor number 1 inside the dragon's brain.
Nice.
What do you hope to do in this magnificent brain? There are electrical panels all over the place. Weird plates conducting electricity. Large blocks of metal that spark with light.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for something that looks more like normal wires that probably would break things when cut.
Yeah, sure. There's like a bundle of wires over there that you can reach with ease without too much of a hassle.
Just wanna check what goes to what looks like a central computer of some sort.
Some of these go to the central computer, others go past it, like beyond your range of vision.
Yeah. And I guess I would also like to ascertain whether I can tell if any of this is like a power source.
You don't know where the power source is. It's all hot in here.
Hmm.
Oh well.
You are inside the thing's brain, just start poking at things. Something will break eventually.
Oh yeah, of course. But that's probably not recommended.
I mean, if we were going to put a bomb anywhere, that would probably be a good place.
It's overflowing with fuel, you have a detonator, you made the robot lady go weird.
Yeah, that's like plenty of sabotage, I guess.
And what was the thing about
Fuel
the water?
explosion should be sufficient to.
Essentially the brain zone algae are getting a bad bath.
Just a little bit of vandalism. You know.
Take that,
Round
you
things
don't,
out.
take that for not giving this boy vacation time.
Yeah.
We're from the union.
Oh man.
I'm liberating the working class.
All right, Vespa, do you want to do anything? You got a bit of wire here.
Actually, I guess I would like to go one floor down. Now that I'm in this place, maybe I could find a more reasonable way to get down instead of climbing through the ammo elevators.
Well, there is a way down to floor 2 where the data is
Yeah.
poured into a central machine that probably keeps all the navigation information.
Yeah. That machine is cool, and I want to investigate it to see its wires, and maybe if I cut them, it won't know where to go.
Sure. You cut a few wires on the navigation system.
Actually, I would like to see where are the information boxes loaded into the machine.
They come out of a conveyor belt off to the side.
Yeah.
They slide
and
off
then-
into a large machine, and then they just sort of vanish.
Yeah. So I guess I would like to jam the opening into which they go.
Jam the open?
Well, wherever the boxes are put into the machine, I want to keep them from being put into the machine by blocking the entrance.
With what?
My crowbar.
Your crowbar. Okay. That's really not gonna... Oh, sure. Considering the conveyor belt isn't, forcing any movement, they'll just pile up over time.
Yeah, that's sufficient.
Well, you're causing a pileup. Thank you for contributing to traffic jams.
Yeah.
So, Ellie, Vorta, and
So-
Theodore, you are starting to notice some odd lighting happening. You think that whatever's regulating this place is starting to have some hiccups.
Yeah,
Can't
it might be
imagine
about time
why.
we get out of here.
We should probably secure some way out while we wait for Vespa to make her escape. His escape. I was never really sure.
How much rope does everyone got? We could tie it all together, and
The
I could
twine is
carry
still
it
there.
out.
You can climb out with that.
Oh yeah, that's fine then.
I've got 2 more rope.
The little robots.
Sure,
It's
I have
just like,
some
hey, we can get out of here, right?
Yeah, no worries.
Golly.
Okay, so just to ask one more stupid question. Is the machine taken in the, formerly taken in the box and the central machine, are they two separate and only connected with wires, or are they a single machine? Because I didn't catch
The
that.
thing that contains all the boxes, the hard drives of localized information, is separate from the main computer.
Nice. Let's sever their connection if I can use a sword to do that.
Realm, you are the first to notice that an alarm goes off. And then it stops. And then it goes off again. And then a turret pops out in the corner of the room and pops back in again.
Ooh.
Okay.
I exit the room.
This
If
also
I-
begins to happen in every other room.
If I have succeeded, I would like to make my exit via the conveyor belt that has.
You have to kick like a few hard discs all the way down
That's
the dragon.
fine.
But
That's
then
fine.
We're destroying it anyway. It's not like it matters.
Yeah.
you're being
like-
far too polite.
Okay, so I have made my way out here, and I guess I'll just run up the stairs and up the stairs, up the twine.
Realm, the viewing platform before was like, this is what's going on. The batteries are fine. Data's being uploaded. Now it's like just a whole bunch of garbage. And it's showing a countdown and it jumps between random numbers.
Oh, is there anything about, like, this is like a silo, right? This
Yes.
whole thing. Is there anything about closing the hatch?
It doesn't have a hatch, just a large sort of blocking field.
Field. Anything about activating the field?
You could try, but the problem is you'd probably be stuck inside if you did.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
you would
I-
have to delay the activation somehow until we got out.
Get one of those birds that like dips their head in and put it on the button.
I mean, if it's just a button, then we could rig something.
Yeah.
But if,
And we have a detonator that was just made. Probably use that.
I mean, didn't you use that? Didn't you set that up with the fuel?
That was set up with the explosives inside, yes.
Oh,
You're not
yeah,
sure
okay,
what
never mind.
explosives, but
Either the fuel or the bombs, either one. Anyway, I'm going to say that I climb up these stairs. Okay, fly, you fools.
Yeah, that's
Let's skedaddle.
I'd like to secure Roly Poly to my back as I crawl up the wall.
Yeah.
all right. Everyone starts climbing out of here.
Yeah.
Up the twine, up
Oh,
the wall.
and while they're doing that, I'm going to try and see if I can loot enough components to make something to press the field button.
Ooh, that's intellect 4, shall we say? To figure something out real fast because you're running out of time.
Intellect 4, using effort. I'm using 2 effort, so that's 5. 2 effort. Do I have assets?
You already found a bunch of sins, so sure, you have an asset.
Intellect. Oh, yes.
Excellent. You construct something that, like a Rube Goldberg machine of like small balls and tubes. Like you put one end of the long tube on the closet, the other one points all the way down at the button. You put a little ball in, and you're like, this should work.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to be fast about it.
Yeah, I rig that thing up, and when I see that the last of them has clambered up, I'll activate the thing and far jump out of the hole.
You jump out. As you jump out, you notice that the dragon is starting to like activate its massive thrusters, causing tremendous heat and shockwaves and pressure. As everyone is outside, the field activates. It is a silvery, shimmering shield that causes distortions underneath. Does Ellie want to use the detonator?
I detonate.
Please roll
I
me a
just keep
1d20.
running away.
1d20. 20!
Goddamn.
Baboom!
Indeed, baboom it is. Suffice it to say, at first you see the dragon sort of bump into the field, like its snoot boops, and then there's smoke and a couple of explosions, and more, and then you just stop seeing things, and it's like you're standing on the middle, right on top of an earthquake.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
The
Yeah.
ground splits and cracks, building around you starts to collapse a bit. But
I
otherwise,
successfully retreat.
like this whole place is shifting and burying the hole.
Yeah,
I just keep running away.
I start teleporting away.
You head outside the building that surrounds this hole. You see many small robotic things running away. Run away! But you get off without getting too injured. As you all regroup and watch, well, it doesn't look as impressive when you don't look like down a hole of hellfire. Your little robot's like, man, it's cold out here.
Hmm.
Did we do it, or did we just make an explosion?
Hopefully both.
Sweet.
Well,
I mean, even if the explosion didn't do it itself, there were like multiple factors.
yeah, well, the thing was leaking fuel.
Yeah.
And even if it did take off, all its bombs are gone.
And even if it took off, it doesn't. It may not know where
Where
to
it's
go, and
going.
also
I'll just
it
fly.
may need to get through the field, which may or may not be on.
The point is, whatever conditions it's in no condition to do anything.
Huzzah!
Mission
Nope.
Mission
No, it's-
complete.
Now we just need to hope that the giant robots around here don't activate.
Oh well, this was 1 in a million. What are the odds? Just put your hands in your sides, look at the sunset in the snowy blizzard, and take solace in a job well done.
Mm-hmm. Blew up a dragon.
A big metal dragon, and you poisoned it.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
that's it. You've won the video game, so to speak.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Now we say our goodbyes to K-Braid, I guess.
No.
No!
Oh.
Alright. Yeah, it's been fun, guys.
Oh, and what does the button do?
Yes! I said we were gonna see what the button does.
Push button.
Okay, I need to look up the mystery box. And shall I roll the 2d20 or shall someone else roll the 2d20? You know what, K-Braid, you get to roll the 2d20 as a send-off.
Hooray!
What mysterious thing happens? 18. Let's take a look, see what 18 does. Blindness. Each sighted creature within a short range cannot see for 20 hours.
We stared at the sun too long.
Essentially.
Nice.
Mm. Yep.
Cool guys,
Well,
don't look at
button.
explosions, you fools.
For how long? 24 hours. Can it...
28 hours. Because that's a
Ooh.
Numenera day.
Ah!
Slam the button and there's this
You
bright flash of
blind
light.
in the wilderness.
I just yell, cool guys, don't look at explosions. Because they don't have a choice.
There's some really funky effects, like nothing living can die within a mile for the next day. All plants within a mile turn into stone. All water in a mile is destroyed. You gain +1 to a pool. Like, these are funky.
What was the range on the water destroying thing?
2 kilometers to a mile.
Ah, that could be fun when you're underwater.
That'd be a heck of an explosion. All the water slams back in.
Or, you're 2 kilometers above the ocean floor.
Ow.
Good times. Oh, really? You're standing on a glacier?
Oh, here's a very interesting one. Mind transfer. The user swaps mind with the nearest character. The player swap characters.
Oh my god.
Right.
Like, considering this is apparently a triangular distribution, it's probably far up or far down.
Yeah, the average ones would be like 20-ish, I think. So that would be radiation, horrible summons, blindness, anti-gravity, wretched mutants.
And we got the blindness one.
Forgetful. Oh wow. Weakness, rigidity, and forgetfulness are pool reductions. Ow. Transmute gender. Gender is changes or is removed altogether. Well.
Numenera devs are pretty kinky.
Hey. I didn't tell nobody to climb up no dragons. But 2 of you did it. Well, let's say goodbye to stream. Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye.
stream.
Bye.
Bye.